Since his first ever children's book, The Boy in the Dress, was published in 2008, David Walliams has gone on to become one of the most successful children's authors of all time, spending a record-breaking 240 weeks at #1 in the charts.
God, Norris McWhirter would love you. The record break. He's just published his 42nd book, Super Sleuth. This is your first murder mystery.
Yes, I've never done a murder mystery before, but I've always enjoyed murder mysteries. But I always think you had to have a scientific brain to come up with the plot, which I don't have. But I worked really hard on the plot, and you said your kids are reading it now.
Yes.
And they haven't guessed who the murderer is.
No, we're not that far in, and I've also been doing funny voices and all those kind of things.
Well, let's hear them.
Yeah.
Well, there's one
Let's see how funny they are.
They're not funny, but
they're silly voices.
There's a maestro in this,
so
who's the Italian detective.
Yes, so the premise of the book is there is a cruise ship going from America to England. It's a week-long journey. On the first night of the journey, the world's most famous detective is murdered. So a little girl called Dilly and her dog Watson, they're sort of amateur sleuths, they have to solve the crime. And like in all murder mysteries, the bodies pile up. But don't worry, people die in a funny way, like the maestro died... Well, I've given it away, haven't I? But the maestro dies in a vat of blancmange, you know. So, so don't worry if you think it's going to be scary.
No. There's also one bit that he absolutely loved yesterday when we were reading it, because he'd just had his first day back at school, so he was exhausted. So he got under the duvet with me when we sat and read your book.
He
loved... He loved it. He just likes pictures, Patrick. The little boy reads. And he loved the poop deck.
Yeah.
That was his really funny
so
bit.
this is the dog Watson who's come on the journey, and so there's a silly joke about, you know, Watson needing a poop and going to the poop deck, and that's the image of what happens if the dog doesn't poop for a whole week. Sort of balloons.
He covered it over and then revealed it to
So David, did you do sort of research into the idea of murder mystery and sort of plan? Is it a bit more...
I had to plan it completely.
Sort of like a map of sort of who goes
Yes,
where?
yes. It's almost like, especially on a cruise ship,
Yes.
you know, you have to work out who's where each time, and obviously people need to go missing at certain times, and so therefore they could be suspects. So it was... I spent as long working out the plot as I did writing the book, which was a morning.
But it's so good, because you have that thing where you don't talk down to kids, you make it really interesting. You also do a thing, because the first one that I ever read to my boys was Gangster Granny. And it was just... What was so nice about it is she does die in the end. You don't...
Spoiler alert.
You don't... But you
I haven't read it. I didn't know that.
But you don't shy away from those big ideas too. And so it opened up a conversation.
Yeah, about grief. Grandpa's Great Escape is about a grandpa who sort of... He doesn't remember anything more. He thinks he's back in the Second World War. So I think if you've got a serious subject... but you can do it in a sort of fun way with humour, not laughing at the serious subject, but just there's some humour, there's some adventure. I think it's then, you know, kids they'll enjoy reading the book, and then also they'll come away with something, with a sort of deeper meaning or something to think about.
And we've got lots of questions to ask you, but actually we thought it'd be better if some of our viewers' children could ask you some questions, of course, because theirs will be all the more pertinent. I think we've got a question from Amy first.
My question is, what inspired you to make your books? Because when I'm older, I want to be a child author too.
She's got all of your books there.
Every single one.
Well, thank you very much.
So what inspires you, David?
What inspired me? I think what really inspired me is just having a story to tell. So the first book was The Boy in the Dress, and I thought, what would happen if a boy went to school dressed as a girl? How would his friends react? How would the family react? How would the teachers react? And so I think if you've got something you want to tell people, then that is really the starting point, is really the story. But I look forward to reading your books one day.
Yeah, wouldn't that be amazing, Amy?
Thought.
Yeah,
it's lovely that you can be
Amy.
inspired by someone else.
Yeah, and Alfred inspired the Mega Monsters,
yes,
didn't he, as
my son, who you've both met, he's 11 years old, and he's creative, and he, like, when we're walking the dogs in the park, he's always coming up with ideas for my books, but he does want half the money.
Quite right, too.
OK, we've got another question now, and it's from Ruby.
Hello, David Walliams. My name is Ruby, and I love your books, especially this one called Slime. I just got a question for you. Why is your book so funny?
Oh, that's a
well, I like to make them funny because I think then kids are going to have a great time reading them. you know, and there's nothing better. I mean, parents often say, you know, how happy they were to see their kid enjoying a book and laughing along with it. So I love humour, I love making people laugh, and it's a pleasure to think, you know, people are enjoying them in that way, and hopefully, you know, families sharing some of the jokes together as well.
Yeah. There's that thing, isn't there, as parents, when you're watching your kids spontaneously laughing at something they're consuming, whether it's a book or whatever, is joyous. It's a really special
I know.
feeling.
I always say, because, you know, people often say, oh, are you happy at the moment? I go, my son is happy, so I'm happy.
Yes.
There's nothing better, is there?
Yeah.
I recently took him to Disneyland Paris, and the people
How was
said,
that?
oh, how long are you here for? I said, too long. But he was happy, so I was happy.
How many times did you go around on the rides?
We did the Big Thunder Mountain 11 times.
11?
Back to back to back?
And I felt sick every single time I went on it.
And
Not
did
back
it-
to back to
and
back,
was
over
he-
3 days.
But was he enjoying the fact that you were really struggling on it
Oh,
as well?
yeah.
Yeah,
that
makes
only
it more
adds
fun.
enjoyment that I
Makes it
turned
more
green.
fun, doesn't it?
Excellent. We
right.
have got another question from Jasper.
Yeah.
He's got a question.
My question to David is, are any of the characters in your books based on real people?
That's a great
That is a good question. Well, whenever I'm trying to think of an evil villain, I always think, what would Simon Cowell do? No. Yes, they are. There's a character of Bert in Ratburger who's the villain.
Yes. Yes.
And he was actually inspired by a Little Britain contestant, because this guy came on and his name was Cockroach Ken, and he started eating live cockroaches. And he got buzzed off
Do you
very
mean
quickly.
Britain's Got Talent, not Little Britain?
Oh, sorry.
Britain, I, was like, I
Same
don't remember the
thing.
Little Britain episode that was a
Little Britain's
competition.
Got Talent. I remember.
Or
I only in
possibly
show with Britain in the
best
title.
pop factor
Yeah,
with
sorry.
Strictly on Ice.
So it was on Britain's Got Talent?
It was on Britain's Got Talent. Thank you for pointing that out. And yeah, this guy came on. He was sort of quite strange looking, and he said his name was Cockroach. Ate the cockroaches, and when he went off the stage, because he got passed off, I kept on thinking, well, a man who eats live cockroaches, what else might he do? Might he turn rats into burgers? So you never know when an idea might come about.
Inspiration.
It's often not someone saying, oh, I've got an idea for your book. It's just something that happens around you. So it's the big question, where do you get your ideas from?
Yeah.
I think, for kids out there, it's just keeping your eyes and ears open, because you never know when you might have a good idea for a story.
Yeah.
And one last question, this one's from Jackson.
Rappa is a great escape at the minute, and also it's my favourite so far. I like the World War II plane that's called the Spitfire, and I really like all the stuff in it. And also, have you got a favourite book?
Oh,
My favourite book is The Twits by
Oh,
Roald
that's
Dahl, because I
great.
think it's hilarious. And also, I think it's very inventive, because most children's books have children in them, and they're not the lead characters in The Twits. It's about an old married couple who hate each other, and anyone married can really relate to it. And it's all the surreal, hilarious ways they kind of undermine each other.
Yeah.
Have you read it?
Yes,
It's
and they turn the house
It's so
upside down.
inventive. The
Yeah.
houses, there's a trick played on them, and their house
And
is
the
turned upside down.
monkeys paint the
Yeah,
ceilings.
so
Yeah.
I always think, like, for me, Roald Dahl is like the gold standard, as in, I love his books. I've always loved reading his books. I loved reading them all with my son. And I think because he's so great, it's like he's always up there. He's on the pedestal, and all we can ever do is sort of try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's the gold standard. There's no bad thing, someone being the gold
and
standard.
you're still loving the writing as well.
Yeah, I love it, because it's, to be able to do what you love obviously doesn't ever feel like a job. And also the fact that kids are now, looking forward to your new book coming out is amazing, and I get to go around the country doing events and signings and things. So it's great. I mean, it's creative, and so. And also, you don't feel lonely because you're with the characters the whole time. And I've always tried to do something new in each book.
Yeah.
Because when you've written this many books, I mean, it's quantity over quality. There are a lot of books. You want to always try and do something new. But, yeah, I think the best thing is that people find them funny.
Yeah.
Because being, funny makes people happy.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Well, all of the kids that ask questions are going to get a signed copy of David's latest book.
Yes, if they could just send
Super
£10.
Sleuth. And it's out now. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Lovely to see you.
I'll be back tomorrow.
We'll look forward to it. Hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
For all of that, she's built one of the most successful fragrance empires in the world, despite leaving school with no qualifications. And now she wants to help others by coaching budding businesswomen.
Yeah, Jo Malone, CBE, is going to be sharing her wisdom in a new BBC Maestro course, as well as with our This Morning viewers today in our phone-in. Good morning, Jo.
Good morning.
So, I mean, we can't wait to get to this phone. We've got lots of people on the line. Can you explain a little bit about what Maestro is and the course that you've put together?
So BBC Maestro is a whole plethora of people from everyone from Marco Pia White, Trini Woodall. We're all giving our experience and our wisdom and the adventures and the little hacks that we've helped build us kind of global businesses. And for me, mine is, when they first asked me, which was a couple of years ago, it was like, I never went to university. I never finished school. I've got no qualifications. What am I going to create 4 hours of content? You know, what am I going to do? And I realised that what they wanted was how I thought about life differently and that entrepreneurial heart. And so I teach you in this course how to fill your entrepreneurial toolbox with everything you're going to need to build a business, share your life, raise your kids, teach children in education, all kinds of things. All of these things will be relevant for you.
So what are the attributes that you need to become a successful entrepreneur?
You need passion.
Yeah.
You have to feel it. If you don't feel it, no one else is going to. You have to be resilient. You have to be a little bit like a warrior because, trust me, you're going to fall down. You're going to graze your knees and you've got to get up again and you've got to fight. So you need resilience and that opportunity that you give yourself that says, sometimes I need to fail in order. I mean, how many times have we all failed?
Oh, yes.
But we don't
Endlessly.
talk about that, do we?
And also you learn more, I think, from when you fail, you learn a lot more than when you succeed.
Nelson Mandela said, I always win or I learn. And if you look at life like that, and so I will teach you to look through different eyes in this course and say to yourself, it's OK. And I share some of my worst moments, which people love your worst moments.
Of course, because as we know the headlines of how successful you've been with the businesses that you've created, but understanding how you've got to that success is
Ben,
huge.
I've made lots of mistakes along the way, and I don't share all of them, but I share enough to make people feel that they can identify. The last thing is really important. It's creativity.
Yeah.
So I believe that everybody in this world has a bank account, OK? And it's full of creative currency. And the only one that can access it is you, only you. That creative bank account will help fulfill your dreams. It will help you think about life differently. But that bank account will only go up in value if you use it. Otherwise, it just stays stagnant. So, you know, you've had lovely Martin Lewis talking about finances. Creativity is exactly the same as a currency.
And you offer, like, really practical advice. You were talking there about creativity. And isn't there an exercise that you do where you take all different items that are white?
Yes.
And then the person has to come up with an idea. Explain it.
So this is if I'm going to be interviewing someone for a creative team. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the child in them. That's what I'm looking for. So I'll get a tray. Everybody does the interviews with their CV. By the way, I'm just going to bring this out. This is one of my treasured things. I was once asked for my CV in life, and this is my CV.
That's a very small CV.
There you go.
In fact, it's a tiny CV.
Because actually, I've never qualified at anything. I've got no qualifications. So that's my CV.
Have you ever interviewed for a job, though, Jo?
I have, and I sort of managed to waffle my way through and say, give me a chance. But, you know, people get so hung up. It's important to have your CV, of course it is, and there'll be people that within my team that look through the CV and talk through it. But I'm interested in the child. So I'll get a tray of product that are all white, as though it's a canvas. There'll be a tennis ball, kick and change, a white mug, a can opener. What else did we have in there? A paintbrush. And I will say to them, OK, you have 10 minutes. I'm going to leave the room. One, all of them. But you have to choose something, and when I come back in the room, I want you to have sold me a product that you've created in your head.
Wow.
And let me tell you, 10-year-olds can do it.
I bet they can. I bet they can. Fascinating as an idea. Right, let's get to the phone lines, Jo, because there's lots of people desperate to speak to you. Let's start with Melody, who's in Kent. Hi there, Melody.
Good morning.
Lovely to have you phone in. What's your question for Joe?
So I'm at the very, very beginning stages of planning on opening my own doggy cake and cupcake business for doggies. And I don't even know where to start apart from trading standards, because obviously I need to get some, I don't know what you call it, regulatory things. I don't even know how to pronounce it. So if you can help me on that, I would really be appreciative.
Oh, hello, Melody. I'm so happy to hear that you want to create your own business. And two things I love in life, which is being an entrepreneur, and I love dogs. So this is perfect for me. So you're creating your own cupcake. Have you got the name of the brand? Don't say it if you haven't registered it, by the way, but do you have the name of your brand and your story?
I have got one in my head, but I need to run it past my family to make sure that they're happy with it. I have mentioned it to my dog and she looked at me with two heads, but that's
well, first of all, what I would love to kind of just give you a couple of ideas of, my head is always in marketing. So one great idea would be to make a whole lot of cupcakes in, running up to your launch, and go and stand near parks where everyone is walking their dogs. And as the dogs come out, they're often sort of hungry, aren't they? Because they've been running around the park and they're dirty. Do tiny little cupcakes. And maybe if people love them and you come back, you could do tiny little cupcake collars that everybody puts onto their dogs who's tried a cupcake. And then you can get testimonials. So that would be one of the kind of creative ideas I would think about. When you're starting a business, you need to think about the name, the product, the name, the strategy, all of those things. So I'm going to give you a little compass now, Melody. All eyes. Inspiration, innovation. So you need to be inspired and you need to innovate and create. Integrity. Now, that's what you're talking about, all the things that you need to do, the legal things, make sure that the cupcakes are safe for the dogs, go through all of their testing and trading. I don't know the governing body that you do that, but there will be people that do. Ignition. So that's when I gave you that idea about standing outside the park and giving them that ignition, that moment. And instinct. What does your gut say? So the world at the minute is going, don't trust your gut. I'm telling you, trust your gut. It is your greatest attribute in business, what feels right. And then package your product, create this amazing story around it, and go and ignite the world.
Love it.
Passion.
Melody, go ignite the world.
Good luck, Melody.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Really excited for you. Hope that goes really, really well.
Yeah, enjoy it. Next up, we've got Hannah. Good morning, Hannah. What's your question?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I wanted to ask Jo, what would be her advice to reach more customers and how to set up an online shop? And then how could that into a physical shop? Because I currently have a small business startup, which is with canvases and greeting cards, and they have all handmade custom designs, but I'd like to expand that and then expand it into real life to reach more people.
Oh, hello, Hannah. Well, that sounds... How long has your business been trading for?
I'd say over a year.
Over a year. Did it start out as a hobby?
It did, because I always love to draw and I love to paint, especially in watercolours, which is what most of the cards are made out of.
Amazing, amazing. So, first of all, one of the things I would say is people are always looking for artists. They're always looking for, like, packaging to be recreated. So I would set up something on Instagram and I would take all of your art and all of your beautiful cards and I would take your images and put them onto all different things. So all different images. At the moment, Instagram needs to be very, very emotional and we need to connect in it. So maybe it will be a beautiful greeting card, but maybe, Kat, it was your birthday and you'd had the beautiful label on a water bottle and a wine bottle.
Right.
So you could take your images and put them on different things and create kind of different packaging. Taking your business from online to bricks and mortar to a physical store is a big step, Hannah. It really is. And it means a lot of expense. So if you have that money in the bank, good luck, and there'll be lots of steps along the way. But what I would say to you is, have you looked into all the things that you could do online first? So if you have that pool of money, say you have £1,000, £2,000, whatever it is, could you take that money and put it in to your website and create something more of an experience. Because when you have something online, it's a global store. Look at it like that.
Yes.
You have your first global store you're able to show. The other idea I had for you was to join up with 3-4 other entrepreneurial businesses. So it might be your local art gallery. It could be your local church on a Sunday. Could you put a little, gallery together for them? So think about places where you can go and people that you can share your ideas with, and then take your 3-4 stories and create a lovely press story, get your local newspaper in to come and tell your story with you. So what we're always looking for is, what's the next step? What's the next step? And it's not always straight ahead. It can sometimes be, look left, look right. Who do I know? Who can I bring in and create this story? But, I'd love you to send me some of your ideas for Christmas, and we can start by sharing them on our Instagram. Very happy to do that.
That'd be
Amazing.
brilliant. Yeah.
Hannah.
Good luck, Hannah.
Good luck.
Much.
Right, here's a quick one for you. You've only got a minute left, but Beth's asking about marketing. You've already talked about marketing. She says, it says it's from Beth, but it's, my wife and I have a small property furnishing and design business for show homes and holiday rentals. We've done very little marketing so far. We haven't really needed it, but now we want to grow more. What do you recommend is the best initial marketing strategy to implement to reach new customers or build a brand?
So I'm going to go back online. So I've got an idea for you. I'm sorry, what were their names?
Beth.
Beth.
And her partner.
Beth and Mr. Beth.
Or Mrs. Beth.
Yeah. So what I would say to you is AI is going to be your best friend here. So Chatbox, ChatGPT, looking at that. But what I would do is I would set up something visual, again, either an Instagram, TikTok, and I would take one room, and every week you and your husband decorate that same room in a different form. You can do it all on AI. DALL-E will be able to help you with all these amazing images, and it's free of charge right at this moment. We can use these are our fingertips. Change that room every single week and get a wonderful narrative, people sharing their stories. Then what will happen is someone will go, that's such a clever idea. How about we sponsor you, and the cushions that you put on the sofa, you get a cut from. And so you become your own creator and influencer, and you're able then to create revenue, and then you allow your followers to grow, and that's when your business starts to really take off.
Really lovely idea. Really, really lovely,
idea.
especially if it starts generating revenue as well, because that allows you to sort of invest elsewhere as well, doesn't it, Jo?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Jo, we've got loads more. We can't
Thank
get through them all, but thank you for coming in and sharing some of those thoughts.
And if you want more of Jo's invaluable advice, her BBC Maestro course will be available from the 15th of November.
Lovely to see you, Jo.
Thank you.
Have a lovely birthday as well.
Thank you so much,
Oh,
everyone.
hello.
Thank you.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning. Thrilled that Paul joins us now, along with some of your mates. It's good to see you this morning.
Good morning. I've got I've got some of my friends with me.
Yeah.
This is my bodyguard. So when I did AGT, it went a bit crazy. So they gave me a bodyguard, and even though it's a while ago, like you pointed out, he's still here. I can't get rid of him.
Right.
Roger. This is Roger. Roger.
Hello,
you okay?
Roger.
Who's this? With his cat.
Hello.
And Ben. I don't trust them. What do you mean you don't trust them? There's something about them. What are you going to do? I'm going to interrogate them. You can't interrogate the presenters. Trust me, I'm going to make them talk. Yeah, funnily enough, that's kind of what I do. Yeah, make things talk. You won't get me to talk.
He's a very good judge of character. That's the thing about it.
I'm fully trained. Well, so am I. Go on then. What? Make me talk. I just did. When? Just then. Do it again. I'd say nothing. I just did what I say. I'm saying nothing. Oh, so you want me to get you to talk? No, I'm just repeating what I made you say. I said nothing. No, you said I'm saying nothing. No, you said I'm saying nothing. Well, the fact is I said I'm saying nothing twice, you see. I'm a ventriloquist. When I talk, I talk. When you talk, I talk. The fact is you're not really talking. I'm talking for the both of us. So what have I said? Well, nothing. Told you I wouldn't talk. That's Roger. Let's get him out of here.
Nice to meet you, Roger.
Go, Roger.
And you're off on a tour.
I am. I'm doing a brand new show. So we did Puppet Man last time.
Yes.
And I'm out on tour with a brand new show called Jaw Drop.
And then you're going back to Vegas with this as well.
So I'm going back to Vegas in a couple of weeks, actually. We start rehearsals for the pantomime at the Palladium, and then I go and do 3 shows in Vegas at Harrah's, and then I come back and then we carry on rehearsals. So it's a bit of a
busy time of year for you.
Time.
And who else are you taking on tour with you?
So I've got. Hang on a second. He's here again. I can't believe he's here. Hang on. What's going on here? Excuse me. Whoa! Whoa! What is going on? This guy sneaks into the luggage and has found his way on tour by accident. Whoa! Does your crew? What does your crew? What does your crew? No. This is Kat and Ben, the presenters.
Hello.
Whoa! I got something I want to ask you. You want to ask me? I want to ask you. You want to ask me? I want to ask you. Or you want to ask me? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. You is catching on, bruv. Why are you talking like that? Because I is an urban fox.
Oh.
So this guy has been. Listen, I've got. While you're there, yeah. What is it? You've got to stop doing your business on my doorstep.
Oh, that's bad.
I've got a lot of business to attend to. Okay, all right. That's enough of that. So that's the urban fox, and then of course there's Sam as well, who comes on tour.
One of our favourites.
Yes.
And Sam is here. We'd like to see Sam now.
We'd love to see Sam. If Sam...
Is he going to be good?
Can't guarantee that.
Oh, OK, excellent.
Here he is.
Hey!
Yeah.
Hello, Sam. How are you?
I'm good. This is good. How's it all going?
Very
Great,
well,
thank
you.
Yeah, we're having a good time.
Yeah, we are. We've actually been all over the place, haven't we? We've been touring a lot.
Yeah, we've been also went to Australia.
Yeah.
How's Australia?
Yeah, they've got some dangerous animals in Australia. Red duck spiders, fox jellyfish and snakes. So venomous, if you're attacked by one, you've only got enough time to say, I think I didn't die a snap.
And then we went to Canada and Alaska.
Yeah, they've got grizzly bears.
Yeah, we should have bought bear repellent. Yeah, is that the same thing as mosquito repellent? You know, you spray it on yourself and it keeps the mosquitoes away.
No, you idiot, it's a pepper spray.
A pepper spray?
Yeah, you spray it at the dare. Because if the dare is charging at you and you spray yourself with pepper, all you've done is season yourself.
And Sam is going to feature in the panto, because I bring the boys every year. I have done now
At
for
the
the
Palladium,
past
yeah.
3 years. I've brought them to come and see you guys.
Yes.
So what are you doing this time, and what's Sam going to be doing?
So it's Robin Hood at the Palladium with me, Julian Clary, Nigel Havers, Jane McDonald.
Who's Jane?
Jane is Maid Marian.
Of course she is. There's the cast.
There we go. Julian is Robin Hood, and I am Will Scarlet, and Sam is Sam Scarlet.
Oh,
yes.
Excellent.
And we rob from the rich and we give to the poor.
Yeah, except we're not good at that.
What?
We're not good.
No, why not?
Well, because our outfits
Yes.
are red.
Red.
Yes, and the forest is green. I'm no expert, but that's not really camouflage. The only time we're camouflage is when the forest is on fire.
Which is, not ideal.
It's not ideal, no. So we do the panto, and we've been lucky enough to be there. This is our 9th year at the Palladium. Me, Julian, and Nigel.
Yes. So, and you've become very. I mean, as a crew and a cast, you've become very close.
From it. I can't multitask.
No. But you've become very close. And did you lose your voice one year?
Yes.
Which is not ideal.
It's not ideal when you're a ventriloquist or performing in a pantomime generally when you're doing 2 shows a day. And so Nigel and I share a dressing room, and we're the best of friends. I've known him for a very long time. And I lost my voice, and they said, we'll get you a doctor. And so towards the end of the matinee, the voice was going. Oh. And in between the break, they gave me a doctor, and the doctor gave me an injection. Gave me an injection in the backside.
Into your bum.
And so I was literally, I was bent over my little dressing table with my pants down, and there's a bloke injecting this big syringe into my right buttock, and Nigel walks in and goes, "Oh, I've seen everything." And the most amazing thing is, right before the second show, my voice started to come back.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So I don't know how it works. You get a shot down there.
And it works up there.
Doesn't Nigel also serve martinis too?
He does. He makes the best.
Might that have been one of the reasons you were losing your voice?
No.
Or it came back?
I think it made it better.
He makes the best dry martini, vodka martini.
Of course, you'd expect nothing less.
Exactly.
It's lovely to see you. Thank you for bringing the friends in as well.
It's a pleasure.
Tickets for Paul's tour, Jaw Drop, are out now, and you can see Paul in Robin Hood at the Palladium from December 7th. I'm going. I'm booking tickets.
Congratulations on the wedding as well, by the way. I had a chance to say well done.
I'm married.
You're married.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
Because our next guest burst onto the comedy scene in 2009 and quickly became a household name with her beloved sitcom Miranda.
For the last decade, she has taken herself out of the spotlight following a private health battle.
But it's not all doom and gloom, no, it's not. As the star announced, she's recently married the love of her life at the age of 51.
And newlywed is with us now. Congratulations!
Oh, congratulations. So happy for you.
I can do all that.
You put a ring on it?
Yeah.
No, you can't do that now because you're not single.
Oh, yeah.
You're not a single lady.
Okay, fine.
But you can go like that.
It's quite fun. No one really cares, but you just go.
You don't care. Congratulations.
Oh, look at you holding my book up.
Look at
Thanks.
it.
Yeah.
That's the money shot.
It's like jazz hand moment with it, isn't it? I like that. Thanks.
How did it feel when you actually saw it for the first time? It was like, oh, my gosh.
Quite emotional, actually.
Really?
Well, just because the story is, you know, a decade of not all fun.
Yeah.
So it was like there was my difficult time in a book as well, and just to have done the research for it. So, yeah, I had a little weep.
When did you decide to put pen to paper about the last decade?
Well, I started researching for myself to start with when I didn't get a diagnosis and felt rubbish and couldn't work anymore. I collapsed on the floor with fatigue and just wasn't getting any answers. So I thought, OK, I need to research and go, there's this whole wellbeing industry out there. What is actually true? What is science? What could actually help me feel
Did you find the
better?
answers?
And I feel like I found the answers, not necessarily to recovery from disease, I'm not saying that, gosh, no, but to live with chronic illness. And I just needed to know how to do the next 10 minutes, basically.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't go, I couldn't do an ice plunge. I couldn't go to a chalet break in Norway and have hashtag self-care weekend. So I was like, what are the treasures? What are the keys? And so once I researched that for myself, I felt like I can't not share this.
Yeah.
So I did in my book, What's Out Now.
So how long did it take to write it, and when did you?
Well, years, really. The research took a good 6-7 years. And then when I got my diagnosis a few years ago, I then sort of amended my story a bit. And then I met my now husband and thought, I've got to put a little bit of the love story in it. So it just sort of took a while.
Yeah.
So just let's go back a little bit and remind me of the diagnosis, because, I mean, it was probably about the age of 15 when you felt like something infected you.
Yeah. I got a bug that felt like flu when I was about 14, 15, when I lived in America. My father was working out there. And then since then, I just never felt well. I joined the dots now, but I never felt well since I was about 15. I had really weird neurological symptoms. I felt dizzy, sort of double vision, just loads of really weird things. Just felt like I had flu all the time. Yeah. And then over a lifetime, when we all experience difficulties and then we get ill, even a cold, my immune system just couldn't cope with it. I was just more and more and more run down. And each day was like wading through treacle. So eventually I found out that it would have been Lyme disease that I got then, but it was just not an acute version of it. And so it was reactivated constantly in the body. Any other virus I got just accumulated. My immune system was disordered. So you then end up with a kind of ME picture, a fatigue-based condition.
Which is hard enough when you are just on a day-to-day basis. But when suddenly you write the sitcom and you hit gold and you're working every day that God sends, that must have been so debilitating, because like you've got to get out of bed every day and do it, right? And then it's not just filming it, you've got to write it, then they've got a pressure to programming it, and then all the other opportunities come when it's a success.
Yeah, by then, I mean, sort of sadly in a way, I kind of got used to getting up, feeling rough and just going, just got to keep going, because no one was saying what was wrong or how to manage it. So I was used to being really strong and brave and just keeping it to myself and keeping going. But the sadness for me was that looking back, I didn't really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, I'd often be in rehearsals and I'd look at a glass of water and think, I can't find the energy to get my arm to lift.
Oh, my gosh.
That's what fatigue is like, which I share not for sort of self-pity or woe is me at all, but just for all the millions, sadly, living with fatigue-based conditions. Because we all get tired, right? So when you say fatigue, you think, no, it's literally I don't know how to move. So I feel sad I couldn't really enjoy it. But I managed it all right.
Did you talk about it to anybody?
Not
Did your
really.
friends and family know?
No, because when you when you're sort of just keeping on,
Yeah.
which I think so many of us do with long-term conditions, whether that's a difficult relationship, whether it's whatever, you feel like you get into that, I suppose, quite English way of I mustn't keep complaining,
Just
or
a fair
you don't know
isn't it?
how to ask for help as well, because you don't know what you're asking for help for.
Yeah.
And if you say to someone, I don't feel like I can pick up my glass, you think you're going to sound like a diva, or they're going to like, you what? Just have a drink, love.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
So
Well,
you
as well,
get stuck, yeah.
Because the dial has shifted so much with so many things in the last 10, 15 years, you know, we're on the right side of progress. You don't feel like this is particularly talked about even now. You know, this is a very valuable book in many ways.
Oh,
and
thanks.
well, just to have the conversation, because there must be so many people out there.
Yeah, and also I think it applies. I mean, obviously, what I went through was a chronic illness, but I think it applies. I've had loads of friends saying to me, "Gosh, this really resonates." There's little things like how often we say sorry, and how all these little things, micro things that are exhausting, or just what vulnerability actually is. I thought I was quite good at vulnerable because I was a silly creative and kind of happy to fart in public, whatever. Isn't that being vulnerable? Turns out that's part of me, but I was terrible at asking for help.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how to do it. I was like brought up with you're independent and strong, you do it yourself, you want a job done, get it done yourself, all that sort of thing. So learning to be really fragile and go, oh, that is part of what being a human is.
Also,
I still think we're not brilliant at that.
No.
Yeah.
Also,
And
who,
so that's
who to
really-
ask as well, right?
Who to ask, who's your trusted people, how many... I was then a terrible oversharer. I'd then tell everyone, go, no, that's not right. So it took a lot of... So that's sort of what the book is, was how to be more honestly myself. So I can be the comedian and the silly one and the oversharer and the windbreaker.
Yeah.
But now I can also be vulnerable and honest and have a little weep and go, actually, do you know, I'm just a really highly sensitive person. I need this much sleep. I don't like socialising very often. This is me.
Yeah.
And it feels amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy for you, honestly. And the fact that you are so vulnerable in the book is going to help so many people. But that is thanks to Selena Gomez, isn't it, a little bit? The fact that she shared...
Well, so it's mainly about me.
It's her to thank, though, isn't it?
Well, I went through a moment of going, I don't think I can put that, I just don't feel strong enough to be vulnerable to put that out there. Does anyone really want this? But is it going to help? I had a real wobble. Watched Selena's documentary, and she's been through so much, and obviously a fame at such a young age and all her health problems. And her documentary, I was just like, I was weeping going, I feel heard. So if one person can read it and go, I've felt fatigued since I was 15 too, then...
And before we let you go, you're watching Strictly. How's she doing, Sarah?
Oh, my God, I'm obsessed, my
I'm loving all the advice you're giving her.
Yeah, I'm head choreographer. Vito has given in and realises that he needs to listen to me.
Cool.
So I'm head choreographer.
You do a Monday morning routine
I'm also
with
not
them.
doing a book tour. I'm campaign trail. Come on, Hadders.
Come on, Hadders.
She actually gave you some advice for being on this morning. So here's Sarah with a little bit of advice. Here you go.
Hi, Miranda. We want to thank you so much for all your advice and all your tips.
However, now you're on this morning, and we've just done it now, and I'm just going to give you this really heartfelt advice.
Yeah.
Just be yourself.
Because you are amazing.
Be yourself.
Be yourself, and we love you.
Be yourself.
Be yourself,
Very,
Miranda.
I mean, they ran that home, didn't they? I think they got stuck on be yourself. Yeah, well, that's what the book is. It's how to honestly be yourself.
Well, there is the book. I haven't been entirely honest with you. But what I want to know is, what have you done today to make you feel proud?
Loving your work.
You wrote a book.
Yeah, I done a book.
It's quite a lot.
And sat here and chatted to you, which is a great privilege.
Thanks, Miranda.
Now, you are staying for the phone-in, aren't you, Miranda?
Well, I'm staying for anything you want.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
I Kill You starts this Sunday at 9 p.m. on ITV1 and ITVX.
Yeah, and Anna Martin joins us live in the studio to tell us more and have a chat about other stuff, because it's pretty...
There's a lot to talk about today, isn't there?
This is dark, isn't it? This is a terrifying true story.
Yeah. What happened to Dia was terrible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the storyline.
Well, it's based on a book she wrote called Living with a Serial Killer, and she got involved with this guy called John Sweeney. And Delia is... It's hard to talk about Delia. I feel I feel rude talking about another person, but I guess you could say she was sort of anti-establishment, and she felt John was too. And then it sort of all went awry, and he attacked her twice. And after the first time, he was bailed. and he came back and she sustained a really terrible attack. And then the story goes on. I don't want to sort of, you know, people can either watch it or not, give too much away, but it's about her journey through the criminal justice system and the failings of the police and what it looks like to be a victim if you're not a conventional person and how you're dealt with, really.
So did she know about his history as she got together with him? Or...
That's sort of after the first attack, it sort of all came out. She put the pieces together and then she went to the police with what she had and they didn't really take her very seriously.
As an actress, Anna, how do you...
Loose term.
How do you go about doing something like this? Do you feel pressure doing it because it's somebody real, or do you feel, I don't really want to get to know that real person, I just want to stand back and look at, like, interviews and things like that? How do you approach something like this?
There's only pressure in that you don't want to be disrespectful and get it wrong. So you have to be quite sort of diligent in your work. You can't be lazy and say, well, I'll phone it in on the day.
I'll YOLO it.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to, otherwise you wouldn't be doing your job. But with Delia, there was lots of footage of Delia because Nick, who very brilliantly wrote our script, had taken lots of footage of her, him chatting to her. So I studied that. I didn't meet Delia until she did a set visit. She visited the set when we were filming.
Someone, I mean, you're so good at your job, but someone that like wears your craft very lightly on your shoulders. Does a different responsibility come from doing something that's a real life story? Do you know what I mean? Or can you finish and go home at the end of the day and go, OK, I'll compartmentalise it and just live a normal life again?
I can definitely finish the work and go home and have a gin and tonic because it's not my life, it's not my story. And I think to wear it heavier than that would be to say you are walking in someone's shoes and you're not. Delia suffered terribly. She has gone on to thrive in her life and that's to be admired. And but if I were to say, it makes me feel uncomfortable because if I were to say it affected me, it affected Delia. It happened to Delia. It didn't happen to
Sean
me.
Evans is good, isn't he, as well?
Sean is so good. Sean is so
He's
good.
such a good
Who
actor,
thought that was in Sean? Little, lovely, mild-mannered Sean.
Is he? Is he a lovely guy?
But actually, no, he's evil in real life.
Terrible man in real life.
No, he's absolutely lovely and he's quite frightening, isn't he?
Yeah.
Did you have fun on set? I know you've got a serious issue doing, but did you have a good laugh? Did you have fun?
Do you know, we did that set, the flat, there's lots of big beanbag cushions and I did roll around on those a lot with Sean.
Did you?
I'm not sure if you're allowed. I don't think that's appropriate anymore, but that's what we were doing a lot of the time.
I mean, it's such a difference.
You've got to relax, haven't
It's
you?
such a difference to DCS Carmichael, isn't it?
It's funny you struggle to say that because I struggle
Do you
to
struggle?
say... Yes.
What?
And on the show, when I have to
DCS.
announce myself, I think, what is it? What is she?
She's a DCS.
Sometimes I think, what does it stand for?
Did you ever go back and go, do we have to call her this? Can we just not call her something?
What does it stand for? Detective Constable?
No, what is she? Come on.
Detective...
DCS.
DCS.
You know line of duty.
Detective Chief
Constable.
Superintendent.
Oh, yeah, she's the top.
She's like properly at the top, isn't she?
Are you a bit like, you'll get the script and then it's like out of your head as soon as you're finished? Are you done?
Yeah, and do you know what's so much more weird is when you do a play for weeks and weeks and weeks, the next day you just can't remember any of it. It's so
what I love about her is you're lovely and she's horrible, and she must be such a fun part for you to play.
Who, Pat? Is there a picture of her? Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at her.
Yeah, I love
you call
Pat.
her Pat.
She was absolutely hated, weren't she?
Oh, I love Pat. Look at her. I love Pat. I'd do that again in a heartbeat, that part. I absolutely had a laugh.
And it doesn't bother you, the fact that people never liked her, because she's the character, isn't she?
Yeah, they didn't like her, but, she, you know, good. I don't know what to say about that.
I forget also, what I loved about Line of Duty was they always had, like, there was one actor that would parachute in for per series, wasn't it? And you obviously got to know the central cast so well, but then... You know, whether it's you or Lenny...
Leeway was brilliant.
Yeah,
they did that all along, yeah.
Jason Watkins was great. And Nick
Jason was brilliant, yeah. It was
that
just such a good show.
That must have been fun. You almost, like, come in with just, like, not necessarily no pressure, but come and just, like, and have fun with it.
Well, I didn't feel pressure because I felt so lucky. Some jobs you just think, oh, my God, I feel so lucky to be here. I would have made a cup of tea in the back of shot. I just felt really lucky to be there. So I didn't feel pressure. I thought, yippee.
Yeah. Did you feel that when you was doing Motherland? Because honestly,
yeah, I did.
I can't actually watch it because it gives me anxiety.
Yes.
It's funny, but it like reminded me of when I was like when I had younger kids.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Did you enjoy doing it though?
Yeah, because we love each other Me and Di were at the theatre the other night seeing Paul. He's in a play at the moment. You can't go anywhere with Diane, I tell you.
Why?
She's like a beacon. She is a beacon. You're going into there like, Diane, 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 Diane. I'm like, Diane, put a hat on. It's...
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, but you love it. You love it. I draw them in and then you can chat to them.
Yeah. No, I loved the whole cast so much. We had such a good time. Yeah.
Is Anna like anything like that character at all, Julia?
I always go no, and then everyone's like, God.
I think everyone's
exactly
like
the same.
Julia. I think any parent, everyone's got tiny bits of Julia in them.
Everyone's got Julia in them. The stress.
Yeah.
The lividness,
And also the busking.
anger.
And also what always made me laugh was her husband was always off just like doing his own thing and you were always holding the fort.
Yeah.
So I definitely think there's elements of Julia in it. Like, everyone has one day of Julia. Like, when there was that great episode when he was away on a canal boat on a stag or something, and his parents turned up, and the stress of them wanting a sandwich. And me and my wife, we talk about this all the time. It's like, I don't want... Just the heel. Just the heel. You know, it's always... That was what's so clever about the show for me. It was a tiny little... Is it going to
come back, do you think? Is he going to return?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously, there's... brilliant Amandaland coming with Lucy and Phil, so I'm really pleased about that. So maybe that will sort of fill the hole that it's left and people will feel, and, you know, I'm sure that will do really, really well. And I'm really glad the girls have got that show, so that's nice, yeah.
And obviously you're going to be in Smart TV with me.
Oh, yes.
Sky Television, she's like that. What are you talking about?
I just like to be with Alison all the time.
Until I Kill You starts this Sunday on the 3rd of November, 9 p.m. on ITV and ITVX. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to talk about the ghost segment. I come from one of the most haunted towns in the country, Beverley, up near Nancy.
Seen anything?
Well, I do live near a rope or gallows lane. Lots of ghosts there.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning. Hey, Pete and Yvita join us now. Morning, guys.
Morning.
Pete, you're just happy not to be in a choreographic studio or a dance studio right now, just like...
Just have a break.
Yeah.
Relax,
I mean,
Pete.
she's happy in the corridor trying to do stuff.
Really?
There is never a break.
Does she do it all the time?
All the time.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
I've got to say, congratulations for Saturday night, because that's your highest score, 31 points. So good. I mean, do you even listen to the judges? Because, like, I take it with a pinch of salt, really. I mean, Craig... the way he cussed your samba, that was a bit out of order. But do you actually listen to them, or are you just in your own little world?
I'm kind of in my own little world. We're in a bit of a bubble when we dance.
Is it a love bubble?
It's not a love bubble, unfortunately.
It's a platonic
you came in early. That was about 30 seconds before you went in for it.
I was straight in there.
Straight in there. No, it's not a love bubble. We have great chemistry because we've become such good friends. Like, she's one of the most amazing people I've ever met, genuinely. Not just in the dancing side of things, but outside of that. And I think that helps us with the whole dancing thing. But
has it been annoying, all this love rumours and things like that?
Yeah, it's always the same. I'm used to it. Like, you know, 10 years, that's all anyone is ever really interested in is that side of stuff. But we don't really listen to all that. It doesn't
the thing is, your best friend Sam...
we're not like that. It's not our fault. It's Sam's fault. Sam comes on and just goes, "Oh no, he's totally in love," and he's bouncing off the walls. You know it is.
That's what he said.
I blame Sam for most things that happen in my life. So there's no surprise there either. But no, it's not like that. We've become such great friends, and that really helps us with the whole dancing side of stuff.
What has he been like so far as a student? Because you know, you can, when you first start, I imagine you never really know what they're going to be like in terms of their aptitude and how keen they are and how willing and how able they are to pick up what you're teaching them.
Petey's an amazing student, and like he always says that he's kind of a geek, and he actually is. He really wants to get everything right. He has his own notebook. He writes down all our routines, every step, and he's working really hard. I believe that sometimes I say, Pete, it's enough, and he's like, no, one more time, one more time, one more time.
So he's pushing himself even more than what you would?
Yeah. He is.
Wow.
Because he really wants to do well, and I think it reflects on every Saturday night that he's just getting better and better every week. And what I'm so happy and pleased that he now starts to actually involve his emotions and to do it from his heart.
Yeah.
So it's not just pure logic.
It's the steps.
What is always for Pete is pure logic. He needs to be logistic. right? And yeah,
Is that when you know it's working? When someone stops thinking about it and they just start, they know it and they just
I
start
think you
dancing
go
from the
on
heart.
another level,
Yeah.
you know, of the performance. If you stop thinking about the steps and you just dance with another person, that's when you get to another level. And I
Yeah.
think we achieved that since week 5 on the rumba.
What is it this week? Week 7?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's how far you've got.
I've already done 7 weeks.
No, it was the rumba that Craig had, didn't he? Didn't like your rumba, did he?
Well, it was illegal, Alison. It was
what
illegal.
was illegal? I'm sorry,
rumba.
but can we...
What was illegal about it?
So the lifts were illegal, but listen...
Because you took 2 feet off the ground, is that
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
it is?
but the problem
It
is...
looked good.
It looked good, but the problem is... Look at me.
I mean, yeah, she can't even
I
put her
can't
feet on the ground on
even.
a
I
sofa.
can't even reach the feet to the floor right now. So
Yeah. I'm in at a disadvantage because I'm dancing with a borrower.
Yeah.
So it's a lot harder for me than it is for other people.
But I'll take it on me. I'll take it on. Honestly, like we both decided that we're just gonna do it.
Just enjoy it.
And that's it. And because we really like that movement,
Yeah.
I think it was just so beautiful in the routine. So we didn't want to let go of that.
Also, I'm obviously technically not a great dancer and not as good as a lot of the other people in it. So
Don't put yourself down, Bob.
Well, we try and do things that are like entertaining for people and just make it like a whole nice
Yeah,
thing.
but
I
you
know
still do
technically-
technical stuff.
Yeah.
But I was waiting for you to jump in. It took a while.
Didn't want to disturb you.
Tell me something. What was the reason you got involved? 'Cause I know Zara had
Yeah.
something to do with that. Did she encourage you to, make that step?
I'd never seen the show. I've still not watched it. The only
Really?
time I've seen it was when Zara was on it. I went to the first live show, and all I could think about was it's very long because there was 50
And they
people
take your
dancing.
phone off you, don't
Take the
they?
phone
They
off
take your
you,
phone off you.
But everyone else wanted me to do it, and I'm in a stage now, I think the last couple of years, where it's in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah.
I've never done it. It's a life experience. When I'm 80 years old, I'm going to be telling people that I once did this, and that, I think, is where I'm at in my life, is just making memories and stuff that you would never get a
Yeah.
chance to do. I'm so blessed to do some of the
You
things
might be
that I
telling
do.
your grandkids that you actually won.
Why is that, Pete? Was
Yeah, I
just
think-
getting older, or?
Yeah, I think it's getting older, and like I lost someone a couple of years ago, and it just makes you kind of think, life's too short. You might as well
Refocuses,
take-
doesn't it?
Yeah, you take every opportunity, you start reflecting on stuff and think, memories that's all you've got. All the materialistic stuff you leave behind, but the only thing you can carry with you and people can't take away from you are memories. So that's what I'm doing, trying to make some memories.
Because you didn't know what it was going to be like, what shocked you the most? Is it how hard you have to work?
Yeah, I knew it was going to be intense, but I didn't realise that it was going to be more mentally draining than physically, because I'm not a dancer, so the concentration it takes me to even move in a way that a dancer would is just unbelievable. It consumes everything you do. Even when you leave the rehearsal room, you go home and I'm sat there and I'm Googling stuff and I'm reading through notes and I'm doing whatever else because I hate being bad at things. Yeah. So, but on the plus side of that, how lucky am I to get to learn from like a world-class professional at anything? Like the talent that Yvita's got and the rest of the dancers got, like it's genuinely amazing. Like you literally sit and watch them in awe, just like, how can you do that?
Everyone I've met, obviously there's certain exceptions, but everyone I've met just says it's the most life-affirming thing they've ever done.
Yeah, well, that's why I keep saying to you, you need to do it.
Damn it, you'd be great.
I think he'd be brilliant. He absolutely loves it. Have you got any news on Amy? Because I know she had to leave this weekend,
Yeah,
didn't she?
unfortunately, she won't perform this week with us, and we all got it. But her health is the most important thing, and she's taken care of right now by the team. And we all sending her all our loves, and we hope she will just get better soon and she will come back to us.
Yeah, we hope so too.
And this week's Icons Week, what have you got in store?
Are you going to be Freddie Mercury?
Yeah, I've gone for the icon of icons. You know what I mean? Freddie Mercury.
I mean, that's a big icon.
Yeah, it's a big icon. We have got, the dance as well. We're doing salsa. I'm not overly keen on the Latin ones.
Why?
My hips are uncontrollable, Alison.
They do not lie.
The hips don't
and they're
lie.
uncontrollable.
You've known me for a long time. It's it's a struggle to get them in check. But we've also, like salsa, it's loads of lifts, and she's the queen of lifts. So I'm throwing around like a rag doll this week.
You're
so
Freddie. What are you, Brian May? What's going on?
She's...
Well, we had a
amazing.
conversation.
Good idea.
No, we had a
Right.
conversation about that, and I'm just gonna be a groupie.
Yeah.
We're just gonna stick on that one, because I think the hair will get lost in the trip.
Yeah. It's going to be... It's the toughest week for me so far. by
luck,
far,
guys.
because it's going to be wild.
Yeah, good luck. We're so excited,
Thank
Avita and
Hi,
everyone. Just want to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. Will and Ralph join us now. Good morning to both of you. Welcome to the
Morning.
sofa.
Thank you.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it, because this was you two, as I see it, a little bit more stripped back, wasn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Sometimes literally, yes.
yeah, literally,
so.
yeah. We wanted to do something like this for a long time, and, you know, it's about timing when we're both available, because we obviously have to do different things. And
we're both very successful. We're both very busy. What are you talking about?
Very busy people.
What are you talking? Most of the time we're sitting at home hoping for a job.
Yeah, we begged them, and Dave said yes to our own service.
We said we'd pay them to let us do it.
So we go around the country, find ourselves in situations we wouldn't normally be in, and it's called Will and Ralph Should Know Better, and it's what we can learn, how we cope with the situation we're in. Every episode's got a different story to it, so strength, or we lived off grid, didn't we? Went and met people who live a different life, and yeah, it's about us testing ourselves at this middle age now and seeing how we get on.
And that's the thing. There's a subtext to this, which is really nice, which is the two of you go off on a road trip, like oldest friends. You've got a lot of stories to share and experiences to share. But actually, what comes out of it is the stories about growing into middle age together and stuff that you haven't talked about all your lives.
Well, it's twofold, really. Yes, it's exactly that. Suddenly, I'm 44. I won't do my usual joke. He's 48.
He usually says he's 56.
I love the fact they never look at each other when they're talking.
I knew what was coming.
But yeah, he's 48. Like we feel. Neither of us feel particularly old, but we're unarguably middle-aged men now. But so there's that sort of what does that mean for us? But also, you add to that the fact that we knew each other and became known to people when I was 22 and he was 26 in a very, you know, we were lads, we were young lads in a very plain laddie lads in a kind of laddie show, written by a woman, but a laddie kind of show.
Yeah.
The world was kind of a bit of a more laddie place back in 2002, and the world's changed, and so have we. It was like, what does that mean? How does it mean for us to get older and sort of represent that?
I wanted to test myself as well, you know, like when you get to, you just got to go on adventures and see how you cope, because we're very different, and that's why it works. How we come out of situations and how we approach situations is very different.
I mean, there's a lot of laughs because we make each other laugh a lot. But I think one of the things I look back at now and that I'm really proud of is we honestly really didn't know what was going to happen. And the thing that we both agreed on before we went on it was just to go, nothing's off the table. Nothing's off. We'll talk about anything. Anything that comes up, we just go with it. And it's very unguarded.
It's quite freeing, isn't it, when you get that opportunity to say, listen, I'm OK with you knowing everything that I'm good, and sharing that with everybody. It's a different thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, especially when we're on stage with the Dream Boys. I mean,
we were sharing everything with
them. I'd say the biggest mistake I made about being on stage with the Dream Boys was inviting my wife, because she suddenly realised she's got some regular old crackers. And because she's like,
yeah, but you've got the moves, though, haven't you? You've got the moves.
Listen, the problem is, I thought we just danced. I didn't know they got the willies out.
He said this to me on camera. He goes, so we're dancing with the Dream Boys. And I was like, so basically you've signed me up tonight because I was getting fully naked. He goes, we don't get fully naked, do we? And I'm like, yes! Why have you agreed to this?
You go all the way, then?
Yeah,
well done, lads. Was it liberating? How did you feel at the end of it?
I think it was cold in that theatre. I want anyone who feels disappointed by what they saw. Just like, there are many excuses as far as I'm concerned. That's all I'm saying.
We had 3 hours to learn the routine, and we were on stage in front of 2,000 women, and it was...
And they were up for it. They were up for it.
Quite scary, isn't it?
How did you find visiting Man Camp? Tell us what Man Camp is.
Man Camp
took a turn, didn't it?
Yeah, Man Camp is a place, again, where we didn't know much about it, and it's a thing, every part of this journey, we're doing something that really we're unfamiliar with, and the Man Camp is a place where they encourage men to go and talk about anything, their feelings or any emotions that they probably push down, and they don't open themselves up. And we were dreading it. It was like, oh, we don't...
But I don't... do you agree? Me, certainly, personally, I was... You know, the Dream Boys, it's like, oh, here we go, but, like, whatever. Throw yourself into it. I would rather have skydived out of a helicopter. I'd do anything. But for me, just going into this Man Camp and just going, right, look at each other in the eyes, talk about feelings, talk about... And we probably, if we're honest, both approached it with a bit of like, here we go, we're just making a TV show, a bit of cynicism. And we were both very taken aback by how affecting it was. And
it made me ask
it's
a
all
question.
there on camera.
I had to speak to a stranger in front of me and said, can you tell this person in front of you the last time your heart was broken? And I started talking, And from nowhere, I just burst out crying. And all these emotions, because I'd lost my dad, and I didn't know this was going to come out, and all this stuff came out of me, and I couldn't stop it.
You didn't expect that.
I felt so weak at the time. I was like, where's all this come from? And I didn't realise how much I was holding on to. And I suppose that's what their job is, to unlock the door that you didn't know needed opening. And it was tough. It was tough. And I'm taking that with me now, and I'm actually going to start talking to somebody, because obviously I'm holding on to stuff that I didn't know about.
I think that's why it's an important bit of telly, lads, because people can watch this and like I can definitely resonate with your emotions and your feelings, and I think a lot of middle-aged men will, because we don't talk about things, and just someone going on television saying talk about it.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
It doesn't really work for me. So watching someone else experience it may well do.
We want to, when we talk about it and we want people to watch it, we want to be clear, like, it's very funny.
It's more funny than anything else.
There's a lot of laughs.
But it is a proper journey.
But honestly, in terms of the responses I've had, and we've both had on social media, I've had some of the most beautiful messages about any job I've ever done. And loads of people going, I watched your show and it really made me realise I need to face up to this, or deal with this, or talk about this, or open up. And I guess that thing I said about us being lads in 2002 and whatever, you might not have expected it from us. Frankly, we didn't expect it.
We didn't know.
So it's all kind of there. It was all a surprise to us.
But that's why it worked.
It feels like it's been really resonant.
If you set out to find
we didn't want to go out.
Exactly.
And we want to encourage people to get out and do stuff. And we're sort of going, we're going out, we're doing this. We don't know how we're going to react, but we'll show you how we do react. And hopefully it resonates with people in different ways.
I bet this is the longest you've ever spent with each other. And you've known each other for 20 years, but is this the longest you've spent together?
Well, we're in the car all day, every day.
It's an interesting question, because
filming.
we've actually spent loads of time together when we've been away filming.
Yeah.
But it was when we were younger, and we were very different. But we actually say it in the show that we've known each other 20 years, but we didn't really know anything about each other. We knew, like, banter and laughs and, what's Man United doing and whatever, and we'd have a laugh. But actually, who we were as people, didn't really know anything about each other, which is... Because,
such a guy thing, that, though.
Yeah, but it is a very man thing, and I particularly, you can know me for 20 years and know nothing about me. I've always... And so Will's talked about what happened with him, but to me as well, I had this sort of experience where I was like, it's okay to kind of just be a little bit more open, and it was kind of profound.
We cried laughing a lot of the times through this series.
Really?
So it's just been an amazing journey. And
Will getting any mud on him is one of my favourite things I've ever seen. Like, it's the funniest thing, honestly.
Really?
And he shrieks.
Heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, he's like, and it's honestly, and it makes me howl with laughter.
We did an episode about ageing, and I went to this place, where they can look at your face and say, so how old do you think we are? I said, well, this woman said I was 54. He's like, and she put a derma roller on my face, needles on a roller. Where'd you get your kick? Casualty.
He was so earnest with us. It's like, so, maybe a bit of Botox. A lot of men are doing this now. And he said to her, just look at me and just be honest. If you look at my face, how old do you think I am? She went, judging by your face now, 54. That was it. It was one of the best moments of my life.
She probably thought 56, but I'm doing my favour.
Being polite,
2 years off.
Thank you, Jen. Stream all episodes of Will and Ralph. You should know better. Free on you.
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Thanks for having us on.
Thanks, guys.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
I was cry for help. I was really.
That's my favourite song. Yeah, me too.
Well, you can sing it for us now.
A re-edit later.
Rick Astley joins us now. The book is out. It's called Never. It's the autobiography. Why now did you decide to write this?
It's a lot of things, to be honest. I'm getting on a bit, and I'm going to forget it all soon, I think, and that's truthful, actually. But also, I wanted to be really honest about the way I was brought up. And my mum and dad passed away in the last few years. They were separated and divorced when I was like 4, and I'm the youngest of 4 kids. And I just felt that what happened in our household, I think, formed who I was, obviously, as it does with all of us. But it's kind of what made me want to be a singer and want to perform and want to be on a stage, I think. It was more my upbringing than just the love of music, I think.
Yeah. So the fact that they passed on, you felt more
I could
comfortable
be totally honest about it.
to be honest about it.
Because I wanted to be kind of brutally honest a little bit, and I didn't really want them to have to kind of go through that and chat that over with the neighbours. You know what I mean? So
fair enough.
Yeah, so I think it's been obviously that is a massive crucial point in anyone's life when your mum and dad have finally gone.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to be super honest about it. They absolutely loved us. There's no doubt about it. But it was quite an unusual upbringing.
Because you were brought up by your dad.
Yeah.
And like you said, he was a tough dad, but a loving dad at the same time.
Yeah, he loved us, there's no doubt about it, but he just couldn't control himself. And I think from being 4, 5 and 6, being really young, you don't really want to be around the dad figure in your life, or the mum figure for that matter. If their mood swings are so massive, it really, really affects you, I think. And obviously it did me. And even to this day, I still think there are triggers that I have, and I've just learnt to control it. And I was super lucky. In my late 20s, when I'd packed in all the pop nonsense, I got to go and do therapy. And I think a lot of people would obviously benefit from that, but I got to do that. And I think.
And was it helpful that?
Yeah, it
that
was,
time?
and it was helpful with that 4 or 5 year career that I had, where I didn't really understand what the washing machine I'd just been through. It was mad, and so I think all in all, it was an amazing thing. And obviously, I would, if anybody gets to have a chance to do therapy, I would say do it.
Yeah.
We probably all need a bit.
I mean, your story is kind of unbelievable, really, because you had to all intents and purposes, you had the world at your feet. You're absolutely, you hit the road at 21. You're doing so well. You decide to walk away at 27.
Yeah, I mean, I probably wasn't at the peak of everything at that point.
Yeah.
It was probably touch and go whether I was going to keep a career.
Yeah, but you weren't holding on to it. You weren't clinging for it.
I wasn't desperate to hang on to it, no. The kind of fateful day when it really kind of came home to roost was I was going to America to do a big TV show in New York, and I developed a fear of flying. I didn't want to get on planes anymore, which is hard to be an international pop star if you won't fly.
What had happened? Did something happen?
I mean, there's a lot of things. Our daughter had been born at that point, she was 2. I just didn't want to do it anymore, I don't think.
You're
and
right.
I think, in a way, I replaced that thing of fame and all of those things that I thought were going to help me, fix me, if you want to say that, with my own family. And I thought, well, I've done that. I want to be at home then.
Yeah.
And I know that makes me out to be super dad. I wasn't super dad in any way, shape or form. She's 32, our daughter now. But I was there.
Yeah.
I was home. And most people never get that chance, So
But
I was
it's
super
really
lucky.
brave at the age of 27. It's so young to decide, you know what, I'm retiring from this. You had all the money, you had the fame, you had everything to just go, do you know what, that's enough.
But
now.
I also think, you mentioned money, I think that was a luxury that I had. That's freedom, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what money is. And I think as much as, I loved being, on a stage and singing songs and having a career in music, it also kind of sometimes appeared that it was just like this nonsense sort of world I'd sort of got myself into. It didn't make any sense anymore because I hadn't done any growing. I'd been from like a teenager in bands at school and after school and all the rest of it, and then kind of got into this situation where it blew up and off it goes. But it's like, after 4 or 5 years of it, you suddenly realise, well, is this what I really, really want? And now I've got the balance, I think. I've got the balance of best of both worlds.
Well, you get to perform, don't you? You get to do what you love.
Yeah.
What brought it back, Rick? What was the moment?
I guess it was a number of things. One of the main things was that my wife and daughter wanted to go to Japan. So I'd get different offers about going singing in different, and when the one from Japan came, they went, we're going, we're going.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and I think actually going singing the old songs again in front of an actual audience rather than at a friend's wedding was just such an amazing thing. And it made me think, but it also, I wasn't there to promote anything.
Yeah.
I wasn't there to do the, and I think it's just a different thing, I think, the experience of playing live. That's where the absolute joy is, I think. You must have heard that from every artist you've spoken to. That's the moment of like, right, this is my little world, and you just go and enjoy it.
Can we rewind a little bit? Because I didn't realise that you actually used to live with Pete Waterman. Is that
I did for a while, yeah.
Oh, my
yeah,
goodness.
when the guys, Stock Aitken Waterman, when they signed me, it was just before they blew up and they had the first record, #1, another #1, just kept doing it. So even though they'd signed me, they didn't really have the time to focus on some kid from up north who they didn't really know much about. They wanted to focus on these big artists that they were having massive records with. So Waterman said, we've got to get him down. So they invited me to come down to London. I ended up making tea and getting the sandwiches in the studio, and then thought, well, where's he going to live? And then Waterman said, it's fine, he'll live with me. So it was amazing. I mean, we were all on those big phones before. Pete would be on one of those phones. Driving into I think you could drive on the phone by then in the car. Not anymore, everybody. He would just be kind of like having the most interesting, amazing conversations with different record labels, different managers, and I just sat there, just kind of like soaking it up.
And was he promoting all of the people he was representing?
Yeah, I mean, he would. I mean, listen, Pete is a force of nature.
Incredible,
and
isn't he?
he's a what? Sorry,
it's incredible. Really.
He is, and I I do think that, you know, he's a bit Marmite for people, I think, and I think he'd say that himself probably. But without him, it wouldn't have happened. There's no doubt about that. The musical talent, I would say, was Matt and Mike in terms of, like, the musicianship and all of that. But without him and the focus and the direction, it wouldn't have happened, so...
Yes, and we've got the tour coming up as well, and I just want to mention, you know, that gig in Glastonbury, because I was side of stage, so we were there for Radio 2, and it was unbelievable.
I think you were the first person I actually spoke to after that
great
gig.
moment for me,
Yeah. No, it was amazing. It was too hard for me to
That's
take
my
it.
phone. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was such an amazing day, that. The whole weekend was incredible. I'd never sung at Glastonbury, never even been to Glastonbury. And we were about to go on at 12 o'clock lunchtime. My wife and I went out there at like 11:30 and there's just no one there. So we're like, OK, we better have a Jaeger because this is going to be the worst.
That's what it's like.
And then they just arrived. Yeah, yeah.
It's a great moment, mate.
We've got to mention that you're going to be at the Royal Albert Hall this Christmas. Very exciting about that.
Yeah, it's
and
gorgeous.
Memoir
place.
Never is out now. And Swinging Christmas at the Albert Hall this is. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
Great to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning. As the sold-out reality fan festival is set to cause a housewives hysteria in London tomorrow, two real housewife icons, Sutton Strack and Jessel Tank, join us now. Hi, ladies.
The show.
Thank you for having us.
So you come here because of FanFest.
Yes.
Can anybody go to FanFest?
It's ticketed.
Yes, it's ticketed, and I think it's sold out.
It's sold out
So
for
knows the answer.
Yes.
No, they can't.
Ruined.
It's done.
Yeah,
It's sold
you guys
out.
are, well, we can
But you've got
slip
some
you in.
die-hard fans coming to this.
Yes, I think so.
People are DMing me, like, begging for tickets.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Have you got any?
No,
No.
I barely got it myself.
So what'll happen at FanFest? They'll just get to meet everyone and...
Yeah, there's meet and greets. It's a little bit like BravoCon.
Yeah.
Yes.
But come to London.
Nice.
And so there's some panels that I don't know what we're going to be talking about, kind of being housewives.
Yeah.
It must be amazing for the fans, though, to get to actually meet you, get to speak to you, see
Yeah.
what you're like. First of all, can I just say, Jessel, you have lost your English accent.
Oh,
haven't you?
my God, that
It
is
has
the
gone.
worst thing you can say. But you know what? I've lived
Look,
half
she's gonna
my
take
life.
that back.
No, now
She's
I'm
being
bringing
British
it back.
now.
Now I'm going to be like, ooh, okay. No, but it's hard to keep up with the English accent in
But
America.
you've been there for, like, half your life, haven't you?
More than, yeah.
And how are you finding it? Are you settling?
Yeah, oh God, yeah, I've been settled.
Yeah.
And New York sort of sucks you in. It's like it's very
course.
much one of those places where if you go, you sort of don't return.
Well, you either love it or you hate it, I think. It's
Yeah, you either love it or you
intoxicating,
hate
isn't
it. I loved it.
And what, is this your first time in London?
No, I lived here for a short time.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Is it nice to be
This
back?
is all-
She's an old hat. Is it nice to be back for you as well? Like,
Oh,
do
I
you
love London, yeah. Yeah.
So when you're back in London, do you go to all your old haunts? What's the first thing you get to do? What's the first thing you do?
Indian food.
Really?
Unparalleled. Like, there is nowhere in the
Can't
world.
touch it, can you?
Yeah, that's it. Chicken tikka
Especially in
masala.
London.
Exactly, it's the best.
So, hang on, can you get any Indian food, like decent food in New York?
No.
So so as soon as you come back here,
First thing I do.
you don't even see your family. You're like
I
straight
see
to your
my
favourite
family and
restaurant.
like drive me to the restaurant. Like, let's go. Yeah.
Being in a reality TV show, obviously, I've seen both of you, and you've been very vulnerable in the show. What would you say is the most challenging parts of doing a reality TV show?
Oh, well, I mean, I've had some bad times myself. I think that my second season was pretty challenging for me with Crystal.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot from that season. I think that Erica and I had some moments that were pretty challenging because I challenged her. But I loved that I did that, and I don't regret anything about that. But I think every season I learned something about myself, and I've grown a lot in 5 years. I've done this now, I cannot believe, 5 years. And I've grown a lot. If you watch my growth pattern, I started and I was divorced and I just started a business. And now, I keep growing my business stronger and stronger and myself stronger and stronger. I've become a better person and I think a better mother. So I really enjoy it. As hard as it is, it's
good that you. It's good that it's a positive experience.
Yeah.
It's
like the
not
best
short.
type of mirror. But I think to answer your question, it's like it's such a. I mean, you're putting everything out there, and people actually think that they know you. So like
They kind
the
of do
comments,
in a weird way.
yes, in a way.
But they're very comfortable in saying exactly what they feel, like the opinion, the free-flowing. Yeah, it's like, oh, honey, you shouldn't have worn that with that. Or like, oh, your husband said that to you. Like, why didn't... You know, it's very personal.
I suppose that's what you say on the show.
Yeah, well, exactly.
We set ourselves up for it.
Did you ever think you'd be in it? Like, because it didn't really come up. It came about kind of quite serendipitously for both of you, didn't it? So how did you end up in the show?
I don't know. I don't know.
They turned up one day.
You're an entrepreneur. You've got your business going on.
Right.
You know, it's, you don't need it, do you?
No, God. Sometimes I'm like, why am I not in south of France? Sipping cocktails and, like, having fun.
Yeah, same.
But, you know, I was divorced and not doing anything and really had just opened my store, and it happened simultaneously. So I don't really know. I think had I been married, I would not be doing it. I would not have been allowed to do it.
Yeah.
So the freedom came, and I said, all right, I'm going to try this, and let's see what happens.
In many ways, for you, it's empowering. It has that.
Very empowering, yes.
Of your own life. That's good. What about you?
I think for me, I mean, they had just rebooted the entire New York franchise. So it was an entirely new cast. I mean, what an amazing opportunity. And I think New York, you know, the previous cast were very sort of, it was like a little bit more of like an Upper East Side, like, you know, microcosm. This cast is so diverse, we're so dynamic, and we're sort of very much like in tune with what New York is today. Such a melting pot. And I was the first South Asian to be cast on the show.
Lovely.
So it was such a big driving force for me.
So tell me something, how did you find the whole narrative with regards to you being a princess? Because, I mean, I don't feel like you are a princess, but you are a princess. Are you a princess?
I mean, now, but I definitely didn't grow up that way. I think when, you know, there are so many stereotypes about Indians and South Asians in general, with the doctors, the lawyers, like, you know, there's a very, very strong stereotype. And I think when people were looking at me, they were like, oh, she's this, you know, sort of rich girl from London. But that wasn't the case. We didn't grow up that way. I think we worked really hard, like everyone else, to kind of get where we are. So,
what about your British humour? Does that land
it
well?
does. Americans don't get it.
They don't get it.
I'm like, what? Like, it's funny. Like, why are you taking it so emotionally?
Banter.
Yes,
Although she seems quite sarky. You've got.
I'm a bit I get British humour as well, and I think sometimes my humour doesn't land either. But you know, it's called quick wit.
Yeah.
Quick whip.
Yeah.
And I tell you, because everyone always says, oh, the British accent, when you go to America, they love it. Your accent's beautiful, isn't it?
Well,
That's got that southern belt. Georgia.
I am from Augusta, Georgia, yes. So, and it's the same. I think I try to keep my accent. I make sure my mother...
love it.
My mother will kill me if I lose my accent. She will come and hunt me down to make sure... No, you really don't.
Good luck with FanFest. We're very excited for you.
And you can stream the new seasons of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and, of course, New York on Hey right now. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
One of the most successful classical artists of all time.
As Andrea Bocelli celebrates 30 years of music, he's teaming up with a collection of star-studded guests for a special new album.
He is joining us now with one of those incredible artists, actress and pop superstar, Sophia Carson. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning. It's so lovely to have you here, and we're very excited about this new album. Andrea, tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind that album, Duets.
Well, I love very much the voices in general. The beautiful voices, of course. And for this reason, I decided to propose to my audience a new album with all the duets that I did in 30 years.
Wow. Beautiful.
Too many, yeah.
You haven't. There's probably more, and you narrowed them down. So, do you have a special film coming out as well to celebrate the 30th anniversary? Tell us about that.
Yes, the movie. It's the movie of the concert that we did in Laiatico with Sofia also.
Yes.
And there are many artists, many moments, many beautiful songs.
I mean, you can see them there. They're beautiful. I mean, unbelievable. It looks like there's a nice lunch going on as well.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran's there, I just saw as well. Russell Crowe's there. Sophia, tell us about this. Tell us about getting that phone call.
Oh, that phone call. I received
a message from my mom, who's here with us, who is my compass, my head of management, my partner in this journey, and she asked me to call her. I had just landed in New York to film my next film. And over the phone, she said that Andrea Bocelli's team had reached out and that he was inviting me to sing with him, not only to sing Moon River on his next album, but to join him as he celebrates 30 years of his career in a lifetime event this summer in Tuscany. And I was a little girl, Andrea, and I would listen to your music and I would tell my mom, if ever I'm lucky enough, the day that I get to sing with Andrea will be the day that all of my dreams come true. So in that phone call, I think we were processing that extraordinary dream becoming a reality, and it was just so deeply emotional, and I'm so grateful.
Oh, your mum must have been so proud.
Oh, it's been surreal.
And what's it actually like performing next to him, like singing with him? Like, do you get a little bit starstruck?
It's you know, it's
come on.
It actually, you do make it so easy. You make it so easy because the moment we had our first rehearsal the night before the concert, I remember the smile that came to his face as he heard me sing the first note. And he was just so present in every single note, and he lived through the music so beautifully. And it was that beautiful reminder of why we do what we do. It's for our love of music that runs through our veins, and he was just so... It helped me to be so deeply present in that moment. And then he kind of swept me off my feet and we danced together. Do you remember?
Oh, so
Which was so lovely.
I'm glad he hasn't heard us sing.
Well, do you know, I was about to say, I didn't get the phone call that you know, for duets.
What's going on?
I was waiting for the phone call. I don't know if you know, I've got me. I've got a very good voice, Andrea. I don't know why you didn't call.
Next summer. For 31 years.
Sophia, what was that concert like? Were you sort of side of stage watching everyone else as well? I mean, just seeing those clips there, there's so many great singers.
Oh, it was surreal for all of us. Andrea Bocelli is a legend in music and history. You are, Andrea. I know, I'm sorry you were talking about you and you're right here. He is. You've signified so much to the world. Okay. And to be there with him is extraordinary, and to be surrounded by the greatest musicians of our time. You know, we had John Batiste there, we have Ed Sheeran, David Foster, Blasio Domingo, all in awe of this man.
Even the Kardashians.
Everyone was there.
They're getting in on it.
But it was fabulous. And you had John backstage singing with Andrea. It was really special.
And Sophia, you collaborated with his son, Andrea's son, Matteo, as well. Are you doing the whole family?
Yes.
What's going on?
Yeah. Me and Matteo released a song last week called If I Knew, a song that's been in the making for almost 5 years. And it's a beautiful duet, and we were lucky enough to sing it for the first time, actually, at Andrea's concert.
Say the truth that you prefer to sing with Matteo now, because he's younger and more beautiful.
What's the truth, Sophia?
No, the truth is...
Andrea, that's a tough question to be asking.
Okay.
I'll take any opportunity to sing with Andrea or Matteo is an honour.
She'll take any Bocellis. We all will. Listen, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
we are
guys.
in for a treat today. We're very excited, aren't we?
And Andrea's new album, Duets, is out today. And Andrea and Sophia will be back later in the programme with a very special performance of Moon River. So we'll see you after the break.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Joins us live from his barn in Oxfordshire. Good morning, Caleb.
Morning, Caleb.
Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, really good. So your new book, It's a Farming Thing, it's all about your favourite subject ever, farming.
Yeah, and my favourite thing to do in the world. I mean, it's out today. I'm so excited. No, it's it's great. I mean, it's kind of like an autobiography in a fun way, I would say.
So tell us what's different about this book, Caleb, because you've written a couple of books already, but this one really gets to the heart of your joy and love of farming, right?
Yeah, the other books I've written are simply about my thoughts on different things, but this one's actually closer to home. So this is, as I said, it's like an autobiography. It's actually how I started farming and up to this current day, as everything I love about it.
And actually, you go into the book and you talk about how farming saved your life as well.
Yeah, I've always said that since a young age. So at the age of 12, my mum and dad went for a really tricky divorce, where my mum and myself went this way, and my dad and my brother went this way, so therefore it split the family in half. Now, At the time, I didn't really know what I wanted to do in life. And then I firmly believe farming chose me. And ever since then, I would say it simply saved me as a person. I would probably have been a spoiled little brat if I wasn't farming to this very day.
Would Jeremy describe you as a spoiled little brat at times?
Oh, most probably, yeah, because that's the banter we have. We just go back and forth with each other.
Caleb,
he likes to call me a rural half-wit, normally.
Nice, OK. Ever the wordsmith. Just tell us what's behind you in the pen behind you, because we can see, are they little cows?
Oh. Yeah, these are baby calves, these are. Oh. So these are all Aberdeen Angus calves. These are about 5 weeks old now. 5 weeks. And how's that been, having them? Yeah, I would like to get them to stand up and say hello, but they're very much... They're very much sleeping. It's their sleep. It's their nap time. Put them down for a nap, you know.
Mid-morning nap. So that's exactly how it goes. How is the
nap.
New series of Clarkson's Farm? I think you've just finished. How did it go? What can we expect?
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, we just literally finished last week filming for it, so they're in the editing part at the moment. But as a spoiler, I could say this, and that is the weather.
Oh, what
just
is it?
Watch the weather.
Because it's a really challenging time for farmers at the moment, isn't it, Caleb?
Absolutely. I mean, we've had 2 bad years on a row now, and I think it's going to be looking like a third. I mean, we're struggling to get our wheat and barley and so on in the ground because it's so wet out in the fields. So it could possibly be a 3rd year in a row where we're having bad harvests. Therefore, it's obviously affecting incomes for the farmers and so on. Challenging times, I must say.
How do you keep your energy and enthusiasm up, though, Caleb, when you're constantly going out? Because I think, as you said, when the sun's shining, you get up early, there's nowhere better to be. But when the rain's coming down and you can't see beyond the awful weather, it gets really tough.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm a positive person, I think. I think I could sit there and be negative about something that I love doing, but at the same time, why be negative about something when you can stay positive and hopefully it will get better? I mean, every wise farmer always says there's always next year. There's always next year, and it's true. So I like to say positive, but at the same time, it's really challenging at the moment. But someone asked me the other day, how would you describe someone to getting into farming? What would you tell them? I said, well, just go and have a go on a farm, because I guarantee after a day of being on the farm, it'll be the favourite thing to do ever, because you see the sunrise, you see the sunset, see the baby animals, see when you plant a field of wheat. You nurse that field throughout the whole year, and then you combine it, and it makes bread, and then you feed loads and loads of people and makes them happy. It is the best job in the world, but at the moment it's very challenging. But we've got to stay positive in these times.
But you're also going to diversify as well. You're going to become a bit of a fashion designer?
I joked about it in the book, saying, I'm an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur since I was age 13. For example, in the book, it explains how, for my 13th birthday, my mum didn't buy me an Xbox, a PlayStation, a TV, but in fact, my mum bought me 3 chickens, and I realised I could set my first business up. And I was selling chicken eggs around Chippy Norton. So therefore, in terms of the clothing, it's definitely an entrepreneurial idea. I'm not sure if it'll go very far, but we hope so.
And what are you angling towards, Caleb? What sort of strand are you going to go down? Party frocks and sparkle and glamour, or is it going to be more practical farming gear?
It's got to be practical farming gear, and that is of course pants. I'm going to have Cooper by Caleb.
I love it. It's got a great name already. The brand's strong already, Caleb. We can make this work.
And I also know a great model. You could get Jeremy to model your pants. Now, that would be a fashion campaign I'd like to see. How is he doing?
Or we could use some... Yeah, he's doing good. He's really good. I was with him yesterday. We was on the farm together yesterday. I'll go and say hello to him in a minute. Can have a cup of tea probably after this.
Because obviously we were all quite shocked when he came out and he talks about the fact he'd had to have some heart surgery because, he lives his life at a million miles an hour. He's got billions, loads of stuff going on the farm and stuff. That must have been quite worrying for all of you as well, Caleb.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, I was there with him when it happened, and all I can say, he's definitely a fighter. He's a strong man. And, he went in and he had the procedure and he's doing really good.
Is it as a result of opening... Is it as a result of the farm, or is it as a result of opening the pub, which I'm understanding is one of those things that's driving his blood pressure through the roof, trying to cope with all the issues with the pub?
Well, the good thing is, when he's not on the farm, he's at the pub, which is great for me, because, of course, he's not there on the farm. So, therefore, I can just get on with my day job and do everything easily. So, I mean, the pub's very stressful, but, again, it's a great place to be. I mean, I was there on Friday night playing darts, and it's great. But, yeah, it's extremely challenging. Whenever you start a new business, I think you get challenges that you've not faced before. So, therefore, that is obviously a thing to take into consideration.
Do you have to pay for your beer when you go to his pub, or does he say, no, it's all right, Caleb, you do so much work for me, you work so hard for me, I've got this?
Oh, no, absolutely. I pay for everything that I have there because I know how much it takes to run and how much it costs to run that pub. So every time I have a beer or a cider or so on, I always pay for it, absolutely. I don't want anything for free. I mean, everything I've got now, I've worked for, so therefore...
Not even
I don't
from
want to take any
Clarkson? You
freebies.
wouldn't even want to take a pint off Clarkson? You do so much for him, Caleb.
No, because then we'll just have another argument about it, and then it'll be another 15-minute argument.
Which, by the way, is what we love
do.
to watch.
We
We
love
love to watch it. We can't wait to see the new season. And also, your book, It's a Farming Thing, is out today.
I think you're doing a book signing in Yeovil a little bit later on, and then you're going to, in a moment, Plank's Old Potato Yard in Lidway to do a book signing there at the farm shop. Is that right?
Yeah, we're going to go... So I'm going down to Wiltshire, going a little bit further from home, going to Wiltshire and then going to Yeovil to do a nice talk on stage with a load of people, which I'm looking forward to. And then over the weekend, I'm at Jaffrey and Neal, local bookshop.
Excellent. Thanks, Caleb. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Have a great day. It's good to see you.
Thank you so much for having me. Take care.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. Well, one of those women bravely speaking out is model and TV personality Bianca Gascoigne, who says she was just 16 years old when she was sexually assaulted by Al Fayed while she was working for him. Bianca joins us now to share her story. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. So let's first of all talk about when you first met Mohammed.
Yeah, so I was very, very young. I used to go into the store with my parents. We used to have lunches there. He used to come over, be very personable, very charming, very giving. We'd bring us gifts, obviously Harrods, teddies and everything like that. So I felt very, I felt very safe around him early doors because obviously I saw him as, knowing my parents as well.
And he was with you. And he was a very charismatic man.
Absolutely.
He kind of won you over. Do you think that was a very specific thing that he was trying to do, is essentially win you over?
I don't even know at that point, because obviously I don't think he knew that I would come to work for Harrods at that point. But obviously I think he was just doing the charm and, portraying this image that unfortunately he wasn't.
Of course, when you were a child, your dad was at the height of his fame with his football and adored, and your mum and their relationship. So going to Harrods was a very normal thing and they would have been looked after.
Yes.
Cut to when you're 16 and you got a job at Harrods.
Yes.
How did that come about, Bianca?
I left school and I knew I wanted to become a fashion buyer, and I fell in love with Harrods, obviously going there as a young age, and I just thought it was super impressive. So bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, I started as a temp, so I worked all in different departments, and then I ended up in one boutique within Harrods, and I just quickly worked my way up to become a fashion buyer. But then obviously that meant I had to deal with Al Fayed a lot more and take reports to him on a weekly basis.
So what happened in those interactions? Because you're only 16 at the time. I mean, it's a lot of responsibility to have as a 16-year-old anyway, professionally, let alone with this added layer that was about to start happening.
Yeah, it's, first of all, it very much started with, like I say, it was like a bit of grooming. He was always wanting to be there for me, very supportive, told me I was doing a good job. Unfortunately, he would bring up my dad's illness to use that. Because I feel like he must have thought I was quite vulnerable. So he would say he would be the father figure. But then shortly after, it would be like the touching and then obviously leaning in for a kiss. And then, unfortunately, it's very difficult to talk about, but, putting his tongue down my mouth. And to be honest, how I dealt with it was pretty much of an out-of-body experience. I was looking into what was going on, but not really, registering what was actually going on with me at the time, because I was super scared as well.
And why do you think you didn't say anything? Is it because, you were 16, you were in this dream job, he was so powerful?
Absolutely, there's a lot of aspects to it, and I felt very, very ashamed. I felt dirty, I just kind of pretended like it wasn't happening. I just put it in a box and moved on and was trying to deal with it. I couldn't even bring I've only just told my mum recently exactly what went down because I just didn't want to upset any of the family. And it's bizarre why you shut down in that moment when really we should have a voice and we should speak up. And
as you say, you didn't want to tell anyone, so you didn't confide in any of your colleagues as well, who, as we're seeing now, hundreds of women were experiencing similar things.
Yeah, absolutely. It's ever since coming out, I've had so many women message me about their experiences, and it's just so upsetting. It really is. It's crazy how these things got brushed under the carpet because it was pretty much, I didn't know at 16 going in, but it was pretty much a common knowledge thing that was going on. So it makes me upset to think of my 16-year-old self. It makes me sad that I would go up to the office and probably people would know kind of what was going to happen.
And there were other people that weren't trying to protect you.
Yeah, I guess so. Now I look back.
It escalated as well, didn't it, though, Bianca? Because what you've described there are the initial stages of what he's trying to do. But then you were flying out to Milan for a job. He offered you the Harrods flat to stay in, which was going to be great because that meant you could get to the airport quicker. And then suddenly he turned up that evening.
Yeah, it was totally, obviously unexpected. I thought, what a nice offer, because I was actually getting up early to go on a flight.
Was there any concern with everything else that you'd experienced from him that there was something else about
That's a very good point. To be honest with you, it was like 20 years ago. I can't remember exact emotions, but I didn't expect him in any shape or form to turn up. I was completely shocked and gobsmacked and didn't really know what to do. You know, I just was like, I'm in his apartment. What do I do? I'm like, no, you're not coming in. So obviously he came in, and that's obviously the worst ordeal that I had to go through, and that's what I've been dealing with for a very long time.
And he physically was trying to force himself onto you and force you to sort of engage with him in some way.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you know how... it's difficult for you to talk about. Have you... And I'm sure you've thought about it a lot over the last few days as you've been sharing your experience. Do you know how you got out of that scenario?
When he was obviously coming on to me, being very forceful, obviously got my hand and he got his privates out and tried to manoeuvre and push my head down. I think I just kind of wiggled out of the situation. It's all a bit of a blur, to be honest, because it's something that I've really, really tried to block out. But I think maybe because I did work closely to people that he knew and where he knew my parents, even like my mum actually went into a meeting once because he offered to buy me an apartment. This was obviously early grooming stages. And she was like, this is a red flag, you know, something's not quite right. And I should have told her at that point, but I think I was just so scared and just obviously was a powerful man.
Yeah. And obviously being 16 as well, you don't have that much life experience yet. How did it affect you afterwards?
Yeah, I think I felt comfort in drinking, so I drank from like a young age because I just wanted to numb out a lot of the emotions that I was feeling. But just doing this, I just really hope that I can be a voice for other women and, you know, any women that haven't come out, because of the amount of messages that I've had to say, I don't feel so isolated anymore, I don't feel alone. And that's, you know, that's just... I feel like I've done a job well done already with that. You know, even if anything doesn't come of it, I want to be able to change my daughter's future, you know, for these big companies, not just to brush all these things under the carpet. You know, I feel like it happens a lot. So if I can do anything to change that, I will.
And you said that you hadn't been able to share it with your mum over the years. You have now since shared this all with your family, and I'm sure they've heard you talking. How has that process been for you?
I'm trying not to cry, but obviously it's very emotional. And my mum watching the interview, she was very upset.
You know, one of the most important things is that you feel like you can come and share it, because, as you say, there could be people watching at home today that are going through something similar, and understanding that sharing it with their family, as painful as that might be, also helps.
Absolutely. Like, since I've shared my news, the healing that I've done, it's been very empowering, and I really would love to encourage anyone that's been through anything just to even speak to a friend. There's a couple of women that have come forward, well, many, that said, you know, you've actually given me the courage. I'm going to speak to my best friend. I'm going to speak to my family. And that's, you know, it's about not holding it in. You know, I felt very ashamed. Yeah. But it's not us that should be ashamed. It's obviously the perpetrator and the predator that should be, you know, held accountable for it.
So Harrods have been in touch and said we are utterly appalled. These are the current owners of Harrods, who, of course, it's very different owners now. We're utterly appalled by the allegations of abuse perpetrated by Mohammed Al Fayed. We acknowledge that during this time his victims were failed, and for this we sincerely apologise. It has been our priority to settle claims in the quickest way possible, avoiding lengthy legal proceedings for the women involved. While we cannot undo the past, we have been determined to do the right thing as an organisation driven by the values we hold today, while ensuring that such behaviour can never be repeated in the future. I wonder how you feel you will get some sort of justice. We know that Mohammed Al Fayed, of course, isn't here to answer all of these claims.
I think for me, it's just hopefully in future, like especially for my daughter's generation, for big companies to really, you know, focus on these things that can go down when someone so powerful is in charge and he can't get away with it and it gets brushed under the carpet. And just for more women to come forward and find their voice and to know that, you know, it's not us that should be ashamed.
Yeah, absolutely. Protect the future generations,
Absolutely.
essentially. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Bianca. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bianca.
If you've been affected by anything we've discussed, all the helplines you need are available on our website and on our This Morning. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.